is a whole thing that nobody knows about.
You don't make it ring, 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 ring. I can't keep this on the low. I want you to make.
Hey guys, it's me. So, and I see all of these girls who are having babies and getting married and, you know, having a good old life. And I'm just like, I want that. There's a part of me that nobody has seen or has understood or knows about. Like, there is a whole thing that nobody knows about. A couple of people know, but that's because they were my best friends and I trusted them more than anything in the world. And I still trust them more than anything in the world. But I feel like if I don't put this out into the world, then people are just not gonna speak up and they're not gonna, you know, be themselves, because this one thing can be holding them back, and it can hold them back for a really long time. So here's my story. So I always had a happy childhood growing up, not gonna lie. And if you're wondering about the flickering lights and whatnot, that's happening in front of me. My TV's on, but you know, whatever. So my entire childhood was so good. Like, everything was perfect. No troubles at home, no troubles at school, you know, and all this other stuff. And then came when I was 6. I really don't want to be joking in this video because it's a very serious topic, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta laugh it out. You know, in Grey's Anatomy, Meredith dances it out. I laugh it out. So there's something that I'm gonna tell you guys, and I don't know if I should, but I'm going to, because it needs to be heard. It won't come out of my mouth. Like, I cannot find a way to make it come out of my mouth, and it sucks so bad. When I was 7 years old, I was sexually assaulted. And this is something that only a few people in this entire world know about. There was a guy, and this particular human being used to be best friends with my brother, and he lived across the street from me and my brother when we were little. And you know, when you're a teenager, you get curious and all this other stuff. You know, you get curious, you want to experiment, you know, you do all of this stuff, you know, and that's fine with people who are your age, who are willing, and who can consent to whatever you're trying to do. I was 7 years old, and how could I consent? Okay, the legal age of consent in Virginia, might I add, is like 18, I'm pretty sure. It's either 17 or 18, I don't know. But 7, I was 7 years old. Like, who has the heart to do that to a 7-year-old? Like, I don't get it. How can people be so terrible in this world? So, it all started on a day. My dad was working across the street at the guy's house for his parents. He was doing like a construction job for them or something in their house. And he had some heavy equipment over there working, doing whatever, I don't know. And you know, me, this guy, and my brother were hanging out in my brother's room at the time. And I keep saying and we were all just hanging out. You know, it was a normal day. I was 7, nothing was wrong. I was 7, my brother was 13, this guy was 16. We were hanging out, and then all of a sudden we all heard this like loud crash happen outside, and my brother's automatic thought was, oh my God, something happened to Sadie's dad, because you don't hear like a loud crash like that in the middle of our hometown and it not be something serious. So my brother was like, holy shit, let me go look outside. So he got up off the bed and went outside, and I tried to follow him, but then he was like, wait. And now that I'm old enough to understand, he was probably protecting me from outside, the outside world, you know, just in case something bad did happen to my dad, and I completely get that, you know. But 30 seconds is all it takes. It was 30 seconds from the time that my brother walked out of that bedroom to the front door, and this human being, who was my brother's friend, who our entire family trusted, it took him 30 seconds to drop his pants and drop his underwear and pull up my nightgown. He pulled up my nightgown, and, you know, I was 7. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he was like, shut up. And then he like took his hand and tried to like pull my underwear down like that, like off of my body like that. And, you know, I started screaming. I was like, no, I don't want my underwear off. I want my underwear on. You know, because I was like, this isn't right, you know, because he dropped his pants, okay? Like, his dick was out in the world. And, you know, I was scared. I was 7. Like, so when he did that, my brother heard me screaming from his room. And his room was all the way at the back of the house. We had a 1-story house, so his room was all the way in the back of the house, and he heard me from the front of the house. But he ran as fast as he can into his room, and he saw his friend with his pants down and my nightgown like up to here, and he saw my underwear down, and all I remember was shaking from being scared, and my brother screaming and yelling at him, and he grabbed the guy by the back of his shirt and pulled him off of me and like pushed him out of the house. And I remember I ran into my room and got in my bed and got under the covers, and I remember my brother pushed him down the stairs. Like, I heard something and he pushed him down the stairs, and I hate getting emotional, okay? If you know me, you know I don't cry ever, but nobody deserves this, okay? Yes, it was not rape, but the one thing that I regret, the one thing that I wish I would have done, was tell my mom, because my mom didn't find out about this until I was 12, which was 5 years after it happened. And, you know, my mom, she was like, oh my God, I'm supposed to protect you. Like, a mother is supposed to protect her child. Okay, and it wasn't that she wasn't protecting me. She was at work, and my dad was trying to make a little extra cash, so he was working across the street. Okay, that was not anybody's fault except for the guy who decided to drop his pants and try and rape a 7-year-old. All I'm trying to say is that it's not right, and something needs to be done, even though it may have happened however many years ago. People get raped every day, and it sucks, okay? And it sucks, and you don't really think about it until something happens, okay? You don't think about car wrecks or, you know, fires or explosions. You don't think about all of that stuff as if it was you. You think of it as other people, and yeah, you're sad, and you can be upset sometimes, but this is something completely different. And, you know, I really wish that people would just stop being stupid idiots, okay? Because not only did this affect my life? It affected my brother's life. Okay, now, quite honestly, me and my brother should have told my mom what had happened, and we didn't. And I'm not even sure if my brother remembers, okay? And that's the part that really sucks, because I have a feeling that one of these days he's going to find my YouTube channel. Like, he knows I have a YouTube channel, but I have a feeling that he's going to start going through my videos and whatnot, and he's going to find this, and he's going to be like, what? Or he's going to be like, oh my god, she remembers that. You know, like, my mom doesn't watch my YouTube videos. None of my family watches my YouTube videos. The only people who really watch my YouTube videos are, you know, people that I don't know, or a couple of close friends. My boyfriend watches my videos. It's hard to talk about this stuff, okay? Like, I don't even know why I'm making this video right now. Like, I don't do personal chit chats. I don't know why I did this video, but all I know is that I hope that it helps somebody in the world. And, you know, people get raped and sexually assaulted and harassed every single day, and I wish that it didn't exist. I wish that bad people didn't exist, okay? But they do. And there's only probably 3 or 4 people in this entire world that know about this, what happened to me. But now I guess the entire world's gonna know now. I'm shaking because I'm like nervous. Like, I don't get it. Like, I just wish that something more could be done. But there can't be. Before this video ends, is yes, I'm okay. Does it get to me sometimes? Not very often anymore. Did it get to me a lot back then? Yes, it did. Okay? And you guys have to realize that I was 7 years old. This guy was 16. He knew what he was doing. He knew that it was wrong, and he did it anyways. I didn't know what he was doing because when I was 7, I didn't know what sex was. But all I knew was that what he was doing was wrong, okay? I had enough common sense to know that that was wrong. What he was doing was wrong. All of my friends are gonna know about this, and I don't know if I want them to, but I guess it doesn't matter anymore because the whole world's gonna know about it. I'm so thankful for everything that I have today. I never thought that in a million years that I would have everything that I have today, or that I'm gonna have everything that I'm going to have, you know, in a year or 5 years or 10 years. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna call this person out. I'm just telling my story. I want to help other people, okay? I am not the nicest person in the world, but I'm definitely not the meanest, okay? If there's something that I can do to help other people, then I will. Like, I will go out of my way to help other people. But what I will not do is just sit back and let this stuff happen, especially to people that I know. I just want you to know that whoever you are that's watching, whether you're my friend or my boyfriend or my family, it was nobody's fault but his. And I am okay. I am past it, and I'm okay. If you are somebody who I don't know, or even if you are somebody that I do know, if you guys need to talk about anything with me, my social media is always in the description box. Because I know for a fact that when I was 7, I didn't have anybody to talk to. But I hope that you guys who are watching, if something happened to you, whether it be sexual assault, rape, anything like that, if something you need to talk about, if you need to talk about something, you can go ahead and text me. Believe me, I will reply. If you text me and be like, hey, I know you don't know me, but I need to talk, then of course I'm gonna answer you. Like, I love helping people. This was a very stressful video, and I don't know if I'm gonna be uploading videos for a little bit, just because there's gonna be a lot happening after this video goes up. But I don't know. Bye.